a little bit of time today. I'd pick up again a little bit with a game I started playing the other day called Little Red Lie. I still don't know a whole bunch about this game. I really actually don't even remember what I was doing when I was playing it, but here's what I do know. It is a game, like a visual novel adventure kind of game, where you get to where your choices make changes, different outcomes. However, the only option you ever really have is to lie about stuff. Like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna do. Oh, I'm gonna lie. Like, that's gonna happen. So, that's that. This isn't what I just clicked on. What up, James? Welcome back. Thanks for checking out again. Appreciate it. Trying to get my... Well, one day I'll be on a computer and it will be easier, but for now I'm not, so... Okay, here we are. Add a picture to the thumbnail. This little red line. Oh, come on. Alright. So I have no idea where it came from. I don't remember my voices either. It doesn't really fit with anything else in the room, but that doesn't bother me. Uncle or cousin of mine, I can't remember. We still have a lot of distant family who lives out in the middle of nowhere that I've never even met. Wonder what they're like. This is from my parents' weddings. It was up north at some campground type of place somewhere. For the destination wedding, there were simply people who didn't have any money. I think I would have liked to have had as little as they did. Really? Really, nothing good? Whoa. I really don't think he got out. I'm also not going to stand on our street in the middle of the night yelling Bobo. Or not yet, anyways. Everybody has their own coat hanger, believe it or not. I think even my sister would consider it anathema to violate that. I don't know that word. Maybe she isn't as gone as we think. No, Bobo, though. This old couch belonged to my granny. It actually pulls out into a bed, same one she slept on when she stayed with us until she passed away. She took us to the zoo, the park. I really loved her. Really did love her. When she died, it was the only time I ever saw my dad cry. I heard him through the door and looked in. I didn't want to go in and bother him, though. No cat underneath this. Lie about importance of childhood. Lie about it. When we were kids, Mom would always make us go straight to this washroom to get cleaned up after we came in from playing outside. There was always a cool wind that blew through here that felt good, even on the hottest days. Anyways, doesn't matter. Long time ago. No cat in here. I have a legitimate skill. I love this game. I'm the best at it. Some people think they're better than me. It isn't my fault they haven't. Oh, alright, so all the words in red are lies. Obviously. I guess that makes sense now. Some people think they're better than me. Oh, shush. I'm the best. Ooh. Dinner was a big deal in our house growing up. being late to the table once you got calls was one of the few ways to actually get yelled at. No cat underneath it, though. We should really only keep healthy stuff in here. After a while, I'm sure you don't miss junk food at all. Lie. And no cat behind it either. Bo was younger and less escape savvy. Well hidden self, we used to find Curlib sleeping here all the time. Nope, no cat in the cabinet. Cabinet cat. Snow's electronic posture patch weighs approximately 2 million pounds. I can't move without risking a minor but permanent injury, and I'm not crawling up on my knees to look under this thing. So I figured checking out the stuff I can actually shuffle. Why? I sort of miss growing up around here. Why? Before we had air conditioning, when we would have all the windows open all the time, just the mist of the Ben jungle. Dad pretended to buy this TV at random, but it's too good for him to not have done research on. My father was a police officer. He believes strongly in following the law with a single exception. He keeps guns in the house, some of which I don't think he is quite supposed to have. I don't think other cops ever trusted my dad. They all lived out in Whitby and Oshawa, and would just drive big bad Scarborough every day just to unleash white trash justice. He was a guy who actually lived here, who was from here. I'm sure he had to go along to get along. It means a lot to me. Oh shit. Bobo! You bozo, Bobo? I knew you were under that couch. I knew it the whole time. There he is. Hopefully he goes from my room instead of back downstairs. Some things are 50-50 no matter what. All you can do is roll the dice. You can put an object on a shelf in this house, and if it doesn't get in the way of anything else, it will be sitting right there where you left it 10 years later. I don't know if I have feelings about as mixed about anything as I do about the way things never change. Shouldn't need to climb up. Shaking the bush up a bit should do it. Lie about dangerous earthquake. Bobo! Get down! He almost scratched that old photo. That's pre-digital, Bobo. Mom would kill you. I better put it back in place. See this photo every day, but I never really look at it. Oh, Mom looks like she hated it. But that's what her face is like most of the time. Thank God I don't make that face. Wow, dude. I look at this picture and I see the people I loved more than the people that I see now, including myself. No matter how you think about it, we were better then. What kind of person would feel like that? Be Ready for Lightning by Gracie Powell. Even better than her first. I wish I could get into something besides books. I've heard how good all those TV dramas are now. Well, I love it when cats have this bizarre idea that you can't see them when they're sitting in plain sight. They stare at you like they're hiding. When they're like sitting under a table or on top of a dresser. I'll bet a kitty cat won't appear if I shuffle the dresser. Lie about feline English comprehension. What are you doing? Oh. Look at your face. Oh, okay. Bobo. 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 Do you want to lay down with me for a little bit before we take you back downstairs? Okay. Oh. Alright, cool. I love animals. I wish I'd ever had the space or the free time to feel like I could have had one. Maybe I could make it work. I know that people who have less than I do find a way, but it never felt right. What if I'd gone wrong? What if I'd ended up in a situation with one of those $2,000 cat surgeries that seems totally ridiculous until it's your cat? If an innocent animal had to suffer or die because I didn't have the money to save it, I think a part of me would never forgive myself. And then you look at my sister who claims to wish she could rescue all the cats in the world, but who does the work? Who buys the litter and the food and leaves it outside her door? The rest of us. Must be super sad to be a loser. If you've ever been important, you know how fucking tedious it is to talk to people who aren't. I know that sounds callous, but can we get real for a second? It isn't like these people want to talk to you for any other reason than believing that it might make their lives better. I swear, if I could figure out how to get these fucking balloon heads to give me their money without having to watch their goldfish mouths flop around, I'd be thrilled. You think you're kinder than me? Please. I'd like to see you have the exact same conversation with an unemployable butt-fucking moron about how to become a millionaire. These assholes couldn't get $1 million if they tripped over a bag with $1 million in it. They'd shit their pants and carted off in an ambulance because they scraped their knees. They don't have anything to offer you. There's no fair trade here. You're a big fucking deal with important things to do. And here you are, listening to human schmegma. Just wasting your time, droning on and on about what a bunch of shit they're gonna do. Except they fucking ain't. Because if they were, they'd be out doing it instead of talking to you. But I know. These fucknuts are my bread and butter. You know what the success rate is of the people who sit here and listen to people like me ramble on? 0%. You know what the success rate is of people who have better things to do than listen to me? Probably not much higher. But it's better than nothing. Still. There are more dishonest trades out there. This possesses at least some modicum of mutual benefit. I get to make a living, and they get to think that somebody like me cares about them. I swear, it takes everything I have to not ask these people the questions that they should really be asking themselves. Why do you have a company? Why are you handing me a business card for a thing that has done nothing and has no reason to exist? Why do you keep talking to me? What is your problem? What do you want? Jesus. I thought I only had to talk to the VIP meet and greet people. These are the VIP meet and greet people? They keep selling more VIP tickets. Alright. Let me get this over with. Don't forget. Is coming to see you afterwards. How could I? Keep it up, working man. 20 years to retirement. Thanks, Fiona. Appreciate you doing all the work on the presentation deck, too. No problem. Was it alright? It was. Oh, I have to lie. It was perfectly fine. It worked, but I think you can do better. I know you've got a lot of talent. Why don't you polish it up a bit for the next event? Alright. I'll be back at the office until midnight, so if you need anything else. I appreciate it. Let me tell you something. Young women are the most amazing thing going on in the workforce today. Me and all the guys I came up with are always saying so. You can pay them less, they work like dogs, and they're a hell of a lot easier on the eyes than some dickbag wearing a suit that looks like he bought it for the prom he never went to. Best of all, is that right when all these chicks get to that age where they'd start wanting more? Promotions, raises, the rest of it? A good bunch of them go off, have kids, and you never have to see them again. Then you get to dip back into the college interns, get a fresh batch, and the cycle begins anew. I love the part where they come back to visit with the baby, thinking this is their big moment to wedge back in. They see the younger girls who replace them. You can literally watch it click in the minds how completely fucked they are. And I know. A ton of women out there are thinking, does it even matter? When push comes to shove, you're going to leapfrog a bunch of young men over those women anyways. Nah. I think a lot of women think so. Maybe. Because women care about other women, and assume that men do too. My wife, for example, calls her sister practically every day. They sit there on the phone nattering on about nothing. What the hell is that about? But no, men don't care about other men. We only care about ourselves. As soon as I get everything I came for, you bitches can have it. After all, you'll need the cash if you're gonna carry all those boyfriends you've got sitting at home playing video games all day. Just don't let them knock you up. Doesn't seem to be great to be the working half now, does it? Welcome to my world. Glad hand, a bunch of pointless dickholes. Hey there, everybody. I'll be right down. How are you, sir? Outstanding, sir. A real pleasure to meet you. The first guy is always a guy, and he always has the same stupid shit-eating grin on his face. And even if he wasn't, even if he isn't a white guy, he always wants to do all the white guy stuff. Talk to you like we're both wearing kilts at a wedding. Give you that, our grandfathers were brothers in a great war type of nod. What a twat. And to boot, all he wants is for you to see him beaming. He just wants you to know that he was impressed and that his is a rare feat indeed. That you, like him, are a naturally born master of the universe. What up, Nathan? Welcome to the stream. This is a bit more somber, just continuing a story game. So tiresome. And the worst part is that sometimes, through sheer force of irrational overconfidence, these guys actually succeed. And then they become the most insufferable people ever to live. The guy who never shut up about how hard they worked while they make internet videos pretending to buy houses for their single moms. Fucking hell. And that's why I really want to get this business off the ground. Sounds like a hell of a plan, Randy. May the road rise to meet you. May the wind be at your back. Forgot to sell that first guy a book. Oh well, I think this lady looks like a good candidate for Get Real, the rebirth of entrepreneurship. Where am I? Let's lie about pseudo-spiritual nonsense. Arthur, it's wonderful to meet you. Nice to meet you as well, Kelly. I've just gotten back from Papua New Guinea, and I spent most of the flight listening to your audiobooks. The moment a woman starts talking about travel, you know you're in a situation where you'll eventually have to tactfully cut them off. We call these ladies the flying and crying set. They're always going somewhere, always on some personal journey of enlightenment that amounts to wondering why living out at airports doesn't seem to make them happy. And they always have a hidden fuck ton of money that came from somebody else. Or they believe it's hidden. I don't know why they think that anyone would buy that someone who spends practically all their time traveling could be anything but rich. But they'll always tell you they're an event planner anyways. So you hate it. But these are also the people that you really, really want to put up with. Individual stories may vary, but they are always whales with zero self-esteem. And when they dump money into their own misery, trust me, they dump big. But what I learned, most of all, is that I needed to love myself. If you can't love yourself, who can you love? It's true. Thank you for tonight. Oh, I'll push this one. Start Real, the Arthur Fox Startup Master Plan. Hey there, Arthur. You're so handsome in person. It was all for you, I promise. A couple of things I already know about this lady based solely on the flirt-expecting look she gave me as she walked up. 1, she does not have any social media profile picture that is not at least 10 years old, and at least one of them is one of those real estate agent-looking faux glamour shots. 2, her former hotness and the accompanying photo was the white-hot core of her credibility in some sort of sales job. 3, she was abandoned. Anyways, I didn't really fit in with the whole cosmetic sales thing. I want to cut my own path. It's the road less traveled, but if you do it right, you can go all the way. Hang in there. For this guy, maybe mission, reality? Good evening. Hello, Mr. Fox. Please take my card. It also has a QR code that can bring you right to my professional profile and resume. It isn't the immediate move to a business card that tips this guy off to me, though they are less common nowadays. No, it's the business card holder. That's the true mark of a contemporary, insane, networking idiot. And the worst part of talking to these guys is that they're actually just mining your opinions for stuff to talk to other people about. They think they're really slick when they go, oh, tell me about that, because they think they flatter you by wanting your opinion. Plus, they now have the chance to get a bunch of material to regurgitate on somebody else, but these morons don't have any actual thoughts of their own at all. And that all they want is some vague promise that they might find a job out there, wide-ranging knowledge, but the secret is getting them to go away is that you can never imply that a job might be with you. Rather, the thing to say is more like, you know, I know someone who may be looking for somebody like that. I don't know them very well at all, but I'll certainly pass your card on to them. That would be fantastic. Thank you so much. I love your hustle, by the way. Yes, sir. This person has to be religious if she wants the real spirit connecting with your real heart. About community. Hello. Very nice to meet you, Mr. Fox. Your talk reminded me so much from my life. Oh yeah, the ethnic wisdom of people from wherever the fuck they're from. Actually, this shit is always weird enough to almost be interesting. Go nuts, lady. I need a breather. and I know you don't actually want me to say anything back. And that was when I knew reconnecting with my heritage was the key. It really is. Best of luck to you. I'll just close my eyes and pick a book at random as a fun challenge to see how I can contextualize it with whatever the next dummy says. Me. Hey there! Oh, hello. These people might be the best. These people might be my very favorite. Here we are, staring down the barrel of various business endeavors in which a certain degree of charisma is an obvious absolute requirement. And you can't even stop sweating past a simple hello. How strange is it that so many people have no idea who they are after 35 or 40 years of crashing through one failure after another? Is it because they never succeed at anything? Do they have no idea how hopeless their ambitions truly are? Do they have no idea how out of alignment their desires are with their capabilities? Look at this guy. His shirt looks like a bath towel, the corners of his mouth are rife with some kind of unidentified crust. His jacket and his pants are hanging off of him like he just walked out of a river. Why? Why are you here? Why do you do this to yourself? I'm sorry. I'm not usually so anxious. I know I can. Don't worry, Terry. You got this. Once you get things figured out, they'll never see you coming. Are you really real? Huh, I haven't read this one, actually. Looks like it turned out alright, at least. Terrible title. I have no special tragedies. Okay, here we go. How are you? Wow! It's an honor to meet you, Mr. Fox. I've read all of your books. That makes one of us. The last person is always the same person. They mill around a bit, trying to look like they can't decide whether or not they want to talk to you. They try to look demure. But the reality is that they hope you'll notice how deeply conflicted they are and remember it for later. It also helps in practical terms, because twirling around like an autistic ballerina ensures that they actually will be at the back of the line. And this person always has the same story. Something emotional, someone died, a sketty. They almost died. And so on and so forth. But this person is easy to deal with, because they don't even actually want anything from you. All they want is to feel like they're more tragic than everybody else. All you have to do is play to them like they're as special as they think they are. I just hope you know that. I hope you know how much that meant to me. Carl, I can't begin to tell you how touched I am to hear that. Thank you. I am so glad we had the chance to talk after everyone else was gone. That must have been such a difficult time. It was. It really was. I don't think I've ever heard a story as tough as yours. You really put what I do into perspective. You're the kind of person I got into this business to help. And of course, they cry. They cry and cry and cry. Which is perfect, because then I have a reason to cry. Namely, how worthless they are. As soon as they start, I start to really feel how stupid and fucked up and pointless their lives are compared to mine. And it all comes out. They're crying at themselves, and I'm crying at them too. It's a thing called empathy. And then, before you know it, they're gone. Well, the game. Still, as much as I hate all these people and only talk to them because they gave me money to do so, strange emptiness washes over me the second that all of them are gone. It's like, all of a sudden, I am as alone as I actually am. Sure, I've got a wife, I've got a family, but they need me, all these people. They all need me. What if I needed someone? Who the hell is there for me? Lucky? Sure, I'm lucky. Lucky to be strong enough to handle all this. The kind of luck I've got would break most people like a twig. But who cares? Who cares about me? Another day, another respectably sized fuck ton of morons hopefully relieved of their money. At least I hated every single one of them. So true, so true. Night by Night by Sarah Stone. When you absolutely need to talk to her, the only guaranteed way is to set your alarm for 2 a.m. You wake up, shake the webs, and then take a look at the internet to see if she started posting things. As soon as you see those start to flood in, you know it's time. Alright, time to read social media sites in the dead of night. Always riveting. she's on, I'll pick Bobo up and take him down with me. That should get my foot in the door without too much argument, at least. After the suicide attempt, I started tracking her online. Keyword alerts, things like that. It's scary. Sometimes I'm even watching what she does online as she sits in the same room as me. Mom and Dad do most of the looking out for her day to day, but this felt like the one thing that I could do. Not to mention that it's the last thing I'd want them to have to wait through. God knows I do not enjoy it. Why? I don't understand online persona, the weird bullshit alchemy of negative personality trait exaggeration. Yeah, Nathan, I hear you. Shaking and crying. Nope. She's sitting there eating a Cobb salad, and if she has any idea I'm watching her, you'd never know. Even when she occasionally locks everyone out, she always comes back. You can only have privacy if you're willing to give up the attention of strangers. Something she will never, ever do. Alright. I see her around there. It's showtime, Bobo. Time to use Bobo as a pretense. False pretense. Bobo is one of those cats that will jump up and sit next to you anywhere, but if you try to pick him up, forget it. Plus, he has a strange way of knowing you're going to try. Okay, time to take you home, pal. I'm just coming down to pat your head, I promise. Fucking asshole, Bobo. God damn it. Shit! At least I heard him run back downstairs. You might be able to see in the dark, Bobo, but I literally know this house with my eyes closed. I know where everything is, even if I can't see it. Happy as we all seem in that picture, that also was the night she snuck out of the house to go drinking in the park with some high school guy she liked, and his friends. I'd like to say she told me about it because of our sisterly bond, but the truth was that she needed the window directly above my head to climb out of. I begged her not to go. I told her that some guy who liked you might try to get you drunk. That didn't mean he all really liked you. Me either, Nathan. I found it randomly the other day, and I'm just trying to play it because whatever. It's very heavy in the story. It's a visual novel, I guess. And if he was bringing his friends, he might like you even less than that. I got sick of arguing, so I promised that I wouldn't tell Mom or Dad. But I did. Dad drove down to the park entrance to wait for her. He told me later that he saw the guys go in, but she never showed. I don't know if she ended up listening to me and acting like she didn't, or if Dad lied to me about what had happened, or if she went somewhere even worse entirely. She climbed back through the window a few hours later and fell asleep without saying a word. It's a boring end to the story, I know, but life is no story, and there's a lot of things you're probably better off never knowing for sure. They're asleep. If she really is up and actually awake enough to consider communicating, another sign is that she's eaten, which she won't for days and then suddenly will. In other words, the kitchen would be a wreck. I'll take a look. Wait, what's up here? This combination lock, Dad taught us how to feel it out in the dark. I guess this is a lot more like we might have to use it at night. I wish we didn't have this at all. Why? It sounds crazy, but we have to make sure she brings plates back upstairs. The flies down there weren't bothering anybody but her, but once we saw a mouse, Dad went nuclear. Should I do this thing where I know what all the dishes are now? And if I see one out in the wild like this, I mentally subtract it from whenever I look in the cabinets. And I hunt them down if they're missing before Dad can find them. I can meditate between the two of them to a certain extent. But believe me, that situation was too much. I'm not doing this for either of them. Alright, Nathan, I gotta live here too. There doesn't seem to be anything missing. Maybe I should take her something. No, stop it. God damn it, this is important. She has to talk to you. Break down the fucking door if you have to. What the hell are you enabling her for? I've seen enough. Time to go downstairs. It never bothered me when all that stuff about priests started coming out. You buy into that bullshit, you don't get surprised when it turns out that the people running it are just as full of it. I wish this wasn't a thing. Oh, I wish it wasn't you. I don't know. Jesus, it's freezing down here. She left the window open again? Why can't she smoke uncomfortably outside like everyone else does? I can't say I blame you for staying on top of the warm dryer, Bobo. Hopefully that'll keep you from running. And of course, the draft of the window being open means the door up there slams shut. Which means Mom and Dad will both wake up, inquiries will be made, and all that fucking sticking around was for nothing. God fucking damn it. There's more to the story of my sister, of course. There's more than the sexy stuff about her tragic attempts and heroic road to recovery. The bills and the stress from all of it threw everything into disarray. My mom had MS that had been in remission before I was born, but of course it came back. My dad had insurance that was supposed to cover anything and everything, but of course it didn't. The years went by, and the isolation and dysfunction only became more taxing and worse. And as the cost of it rises, the darkest of secrets gains momentum somewhere deep inside of you. That secretly you don't even think anything is actually wrong with your sister. Her soul and her heart are merely covered in rust. It's been so long since she's been a person that she no longer knows how. And for somebody who doesn't even seem to want to be alive, she sure seems to have no remorse about ruining the lives of people who do. But you keep that thorn inside, tumbling around. Don't worry, Bobo. I'll still make sure you get back in okay. This temperature would kill you. Come on, go outside. Go outside, go outside. I'm just gonna pat your head, Bobo. It's just my friendly, slowly moving hand. Oh, shit. Jesus. Startled the shit out of me. What are you doing down here? One of your cats escaped. I think I heard him run back into your room as soon as you opened the door. Oh, what up, Pure? No, I haven't actually played Ark in a long time. Maybe get back into that soon. I think I heard him. He's probably hungry. Fine. Good night. Melissa. ... Hey? I have to talk to you. Text me. No. Talk. Well, you can come in right now. Danny is running a raid group. He needs total concentration. Melissa, I just saw Danny say that raid is super easy. If you knew how serious this was, you would have played a better part than that. All I have to get through now is swearing at me a few times. All I have to get through now is her swearing at me. Upstairs, then. Fuck off, Sarah. I'm busy. It's about money. What money? The money. Our money. Fine. What about it? Melissa, we're standing in the laundry room. It's freezing out here. Fine. Just give me a minute. You're coming up? No. You can come in. Just wait 2 minutes. As much as I don't want to stand in the freezing cold for a few minutes, I probably want to see the inside of that room right now even less. Besides the garbage everywhere that Melissa's probably tidying up right now, I never know what I'm going to see when I set foot inside this place. My sister goes from one delusional passion to the next. You can see the boxes they came in stacked chaotically outside her door. I guess the funny thing is that she's a stereotype, right? A loser who lives in their parents' basement. But for her, millennialism is closer to camouflage than causation. Even in the best of all possible worlds, the wildest of socialist utopias, I assure you, she would be right here. And probably forever. Oh, hey, Melissa. Who the fuck is that? Well, here goes nothing. At the very least, I'll have to find a way to put her in a better mood first. Placate sister into conversation. That's the goal. Dreamcast? Maybe I should tell her how cool this thing looks compared to the other one. She will really argue about this stuff? Maybe this will work. This is a thing she knows a lot about. Have you watched any good movies? Have you watched any good movies lately? Hundreds of things. There are literally hundreds of things. My backlog is so deep at this point, it's depressing.
You think a backlog is bad with movies?
Try having one with games! True. Thank God nobody ever wants to watch me play more than the same 3 games over and over again. That wasn't too bad. Of course, Pierre, of course. At least I managed to get multiple sentences out of her. Only problem is that I don't know anything about the stuff and can't draw it out any further. I have to try something else. I don't know if these are out of view because she doesn't want any webcams keeping up her pink bunny slippers, or because she wears them to go to her own disgusting bathroom. Neither would surprise me. She never uses this tablet, plus I'm pretty sure the last phone she bought is half the size and has a gazillion times the power. The tablet never leaves this table, but the phone never leaves her hand. Actually, this gives me an idea. My sister keeps an internet wish list up so people who watch her play games can buy her things. I think it makes her happy because it rings all her bells. Feeling famous, having her phone ping, and getting something new that she thinks she wants. Most of all, I think she enjoys it because it makes her feel for a moment like she actually is the person that the people who buy her stuff imagine she is. Cool, edgy, sexy, whatever. It's a lot happier for everyone involved in the reality, and a lot happier than the thought that you're buying overpriced underwear for a sad, aging woman in pajamas who lives most of her life in a 10-foot area between a bed, a screen, and a washroom. Then again, I guess people who aren't comfortable with an imaginary life wouldn't watch her to begin with. I really can't afford to buy most of this stuff, but maybe something small. Alright, hopefully she can't see my email address. There. Okay, I think I just saw her smile up. I already feel disgusting about this. I hope it was actually necessary. Why am I not noticing condom wrappers? Wait, is that? Oh, what the fuck? If she took 2 minutes to clean up before letting me in here, what the hell was out? What the hell was out here that was bad enough for this to not make the cut? I say this as if I don't know the answer, that leaving these out isn't some kind of twisted showing off. I don't have anything more to say about this. I don't even want to think about it. Fucking can-dams. This month, my sister is interested in learning how to play the guitar. It's too bad that the only thing she's ever as interested in are glamorous art, music, writing, that kind of stuff. When we were young, Mom and Dad really encouraged her down all these creative paths, but maybe some people want to be artists because the only thing they can do is make shit up. I mean, she has absolutely no natural gift for any of it, nor the level of discipline to compensate, and as soon as she comes around to realizing that, she gives up until she forgets. And then she starts again with something else, no matter how much it costs. My sister has the desire to be a person who does these things, not the desire to actually do them. It's too bad, I guess. For all we know, Melissa could have been the greatest welder who ever lived, or a surgeon, or an engineer, or not even the greatest. Even a shitty accountant makes more than most of the novelists in the world ever will. Still, I'm sure her internet minions with no real stake in her existence would disagree. After all, none of those jobs would have ever given her the sniveling praise that all they do is say that she deserves. They'd claim that we need people who will shoot for the moon, even if they land amongst the stars. That making things is for everyone. Fuck those people. This is my sister. I know her better than you ever will. Her only problem is that nobody ever made her need the money. Cool guitar. I thought I heard someone playing a few nights ago. Don't touch it. Why? I know power chords. It's an acoustic. So? What do you want, Sarah? Jeez, okay, try something else, I guess. Before she was suicidal, Melissa won some kind of mental health award from the Big Game Streaming Corporation for some sort of thing she did on the internet. Sounds like you're shitting, Melissa. Melissa won some sort of mental health award from the Big Game Streaming Corporation for some sort of thing she did on the internet. Ironically, I blame the internet for a lot of what Melissa became. People who never meant to be continuously wired into the pain of others like that. In theory, it's supposed to make you more empathetic. In practice, it makes the whole world feel like stepping on glass. And I've never understood what she gets out of all this posturing about accepting herself to begin with. The way I see it, if you've got nothing to be happy about, the least you can do is dignify it. Keep your head down, mind your own business. Doesn't she understand that these people are laughing at her? Still, she gave a speech and everything. It was the closest to her old self we'd seen in a long time. Long time. It was funny, smart, interesting, but she isn't funny or smart anymore. Now, she's just cruel. Maybe she did realize that those people were laughing at her. I'm actually not even going to touch this one. I don't know why she decided to get it out and put it on display like this, but I don't think asking that question will lead anywhere good. Melissa really insults the hardship of ugly people when she says she's ugly, but I can't talk to her about this. The entire basis of her belief in her own unattractiveness is my fault, apparently. There is both a really long and a really short version of this, and this is the really short one. She wishes her hair was straight. Nobody wants to believe their complex self-esteem problems are that simple, but I guarantee you she would be immediately happier if her hair was straight. Everyone reflectively says, isn't that simple? It isn't that straightforward. Tell that to fat people. Tell that to the people with severe birth defects. You don't think their lives would be better? Have you lost weight? No. Wait. What are you saying? When did I gain weight? Shit, abort. I don't know. Something about you just looks good. Maybe I don't know what it is. I'm not even wearing makeup. She's definitely wearing makeup. Okay, this one was a bad road to go down regardless. Have you ever noticed that people who love to smoke pot are so enthusiastic about how innocuous and non-addictive it is that they spend all their money on it and smoke it every single day? I can't think of a flattering way to discuss this. What I'd really like to drill her on is if she honestly thinks she would be mixing this stuff with the 10 quadrillion antidepressants she takes. But I've had that conversation with her before. There's no proof it does any harm, as if that means you ought to give it your best shot. I'd rather just let this go as a topic of cheerful conversation. It's also bad for us to have a discussion on cutting back spending. I've got a better chance of getting her to cut back on breathing than I do on this. What are you staring at? Nothing. Are you acting like a fucking nut job right now, Sarah? Oh, Danny. Danny boy. He whose name must not be spoken. If you've noticed how much we avoid talking about my sister because of how much it pisses off my dad, try to imagine how much he enjoys being spurred to think about the guy from the internet who moved into his basement with her. And you know what the worst part is? He's actually a semi-decent guy, or at least a lot nicer than anyone else she ever went out with. Totally harmless, arguably benevolent, and not mean to Melissa at all, and for whatever reason, she seems to be able to be around him in a way that doesn't put her ill at ease. And when my sister was in the hospital, he was there every day. As much as we all hate him as a person, I don't think my father will make him go. I wouldn't say he is family, but he's something. It's just tough to say who he even really is. How's it going, Danny?
Hey there, Sarah.
How are things going?
Things are going awesome, thanks.
Are they, Danny? Are they really? Because you wear the same disgusting sweatpants every day, and you put butts in a refilled energy drink bottle and never change the water. That game looks really cool, Danny. Have a good time.
Thanks. Let me know if you want to give it a shot sometime.
Great. This isn't going to work. Melissa isn't going to be nice to me because I'm nice to Danny. If anything, it runs the risk of making her jealous. You want to watch something? Alright. There's nothing in the world that my sister will not make about herself. In fact, the more something is completely and solely her fault, the longer and more an intense conversation you will find yourself in about how much it is not. It's why she burns through people. It's why we don't bother accusing her anymore. It immediately becomes about her depression or the week she has been having or someone else who put her off balance. Whatever thing she did and whoever it affected gradually drifts from being the thing you were talking about to a symptomatic sidebar of a real topic at hand. Her. I still remember the time we were sitting in the living room trying to figure out how to get her out of some horrible scam she had landed in, and she walked in filming us live for one of her internet channels to announce that she was ready to accept herself and needed us to say that we were ready to accept her too. She turned the front-facing camera around and pointed it at us. I watched the light in quick bursts of insistences from complete strangers go by. Rather than humiliate her, we played along as best we could. So what is it? Is it pure, uncontrollable narcissism? A brilliant bit of misdirection? A non-brilliant bit of misdirection that she knows or doesn't know will nevertheless grind down anyone if she does it for long enough? It doesn't matter anymore. There is no more money, and in the end, it always money. It is always money. That sets right whatever she does wrong. I either get this message through, or we fall down. Nobody in the world is less prepared for a fall like that than her. What time is it? I don't know. 7:30? Something like that. Don't you have to go to work? Yeah, maybe. I might call in sick. Did you get fired? Melissa, you have to stop buying stuff. You have to. This is not a joke. Holy shit. You did get fired. How much do you owe on your credit card right now? How much do you owe on your credit card right now? Melissa, this is serious. You know perfectly well I don't owe anything. Why? How much, Melissa? How much, Melissa? I don't know. Maybe 3,000? Not a lot. Alright. I'll talk to Dad. If I can read between the lines of what he's saying, I think that should be alright. I think he can pay that much off one more time. But this is it. You go back to zero and you stay there, because if you go under again, the money will literally not be there. It's gone. It's over. It doesn't exist. If you go back under, it will not get paid. Serious shit will start happening to you in your life. Do you understand? It might be closer to 7,000. Jesus, Melissa. What? I only told you less because I wanted to take care of it myself, alright? Take care of it? How? I did a fundraiser last year. If I told my community that I needed help, you wouldn't know anything about it. But some people understand that it's not a stigma to be poor and disabled. Can't stand that you make money from something that makes us all suffer. Plus, you traveled to like 9 of those Geeks conferences last year. Both of that money is just from creepy guys. I wish you wouldn't do that. No, I shouldn't. I know. Sarah, did you get fired? I never appreciated until right now what her plan really was. For after Mom and Dad passed away, Dad was right. She'll just move on to me. No, I'm just not sure if they're going to renew my contract. What a bunch of fucking assholes. After everything you've done for them? Yeah. Well, it's a business, so. I thought they were always going on about how it was a family. You sound so fucking false when you say shit like that. You try to sound attached like you were ever attached in the first place. And you wonder why serious people don't take you seriously. No. This is a family. It's your family. And it's the only one you've got. We need you. I need you. Why? I know. Technicalities. Arthur Fox. Did you think there was anything misogynistic about my presentation earlier? I hope so. You have to treat it with a degree of subtlety. But it really works to invent a sexy, conniving woman as your main example when you want to get a message like that across. There are a few factors to it, but the cornerstone is that the audience is mostly angry, single men and ugly, single women. I'm sure you can figure out the rest, but I'm glad if you picked up on it, because it ties in perfectly to what I'd like to tell you now. Before we get too far into this thing, I'd like to offer up some context regarding the vile things I've been continuing to say about women, minorities, gay people, retards, and whoever else. Everyone who is hilarious, basically. I'm not stupid. I'm fully aware that many of these things are offensive to some people. It isn't some wild thing to believe that there are those who sincerely and earnestly believe in affirming the worth and dignity of other human beings. But it is precisely this sincerity and earnestness that I want to talk about. Specifically, the fact that I do not have any. You fight for things because you think they are true, and you fight against things because you think they are false. But I don't care if things are true or false. I believe the purpose of stating something is to make another person do something that you want them to do. So you can go ahead and hate me all you want. But you are boxing with a shadow. I don't actually believe anything that I'm saying. When it makes sense to say black people are the greatest people who have ever lived, I'll say it. When it serves a greater gain to say that they are the scum of the earth, I'm happy to do that too. If you really want to be a shining light in the darkness, maybe you don't have a lot of friends or something. I don't know. The question you should be asking is not why I say such awful things. The question you should be asking is why, despite all the pain they cause, these things that you're going to see me express are absolutely the best, most productive, most victorious, and, most importantly, most lucrative things to say. If it was all good to be good, I would be it, but it is not. Well, I could go for a quick wank while I wait for this asshole, or if there's any decent material around here. Hello. Quick wank. Alright, well, let's check out the stream. I gotta get ready, go to work, do all the things that people do. Please leave a like, a comment, let me know how you feel about this series, if it's, you know, good, slow, whatever, you know, just let me know. And then, maybe we'll play more of it. See you around on the flip side. We're back, baby, and the Eagles are going places.